I like it.
Yeah, speaking of
If you
nonsense, we're going to start with this first article. This is from the Mirror, UK article.
speak,
And it's a return from our good friend Yuri. We've covered this guy a couple times now because he keeps
yes, and
coming
he
up.
keeps making news.
I think it's because he has an Instagram page where he does all this weird stuff, and it's completely legitimate. But man who married a sex doll finds a new love with an ashtray he took from a nightclub.
Oh my God.
Yes, a bodybuilder who married a sex doll last year claims he is now madly in love with an ashtray. You know, I start to. How many times can someone fall in love in their lifetime and it be legitimate?
7.
You get 7 real good loves in your life, and the 8th
I
one.
mean,
is funny.
what's the record number of divorces?
I don't know. What is it? Do you know?
That's a good question. My
Uh,
guess would be 7,
I've known someone who's
but
been.
there's probably more.
I've known someone who's been divorced 5 times. Why this?
See,
What?
I think I've heard of some maybe celebrities being divorced like 6 times.
Yeah. So I think a lot of the time people think that like half of marriages end in divorce, but what I think really is like there's a certain strong minority of people who get married all the time and continue to divorce. So what I'm saying is like I don't think actually half of marriages end in divorce. I'm saying maybe like 20% of marriages end in divorce, but it's the same people getting married and divorced over and over and over again.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the 80-20 rule.
Yeah, it's pumping up.
80% of those people with multiple divorces make up.
Yeah. You got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
How many relationships end up in marriage, though?
Ooh, that's a good question too.
I
don't know.
Say...
If a relationship makes it past, what's the first big hurdle that you think like if this relationship gets past this much, then you think that they're meant to be, that they're going to get married? Is it 6 months?
I think 6 months.
Well,
think-
no. Okay.
I think maybe at least 2 years if it's your first marriage.
2 years. Okay. So if someone makes it past 2 years, then you see it as a
Some-
legitimate relationship.
Yeah, some might consider that soon, but you have to account for like maybe a year of engagement or so.
Well, I'm sure you know a lot of psychology, so I'm sure you understand like the attraction phase and the attachment phase.
Mm-hmm.
It's like usually on average the attraction phase lasts at longest maybe 4 years, and that way you gravitate towards attachment. And the attraction phase is defined by passion, romance, just lust and wanting to be with that person. And then you get sort of like after 4 years, you sort of get the attachment phase. That's when your partner is more like family than a passionate romance.
Yeah, and then you hit the 7-year itch.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yep.
Now,
That's in both work and love, actually.
have you ever known someone who habitually falls in love, like compulsively?
Later.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking too. So, like, how many times has that guy fallen in love?
Plenty, I think.
20? Plenty.
Plenty.
Okay. What percentage of them do you think was legitimate, and how much was him just convincing himself he was in love?
I think they're all him convincing himself.
Okay. I would love to have Nader on the podcast. There's a lot of questions I could ask him about
I know.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
need to reconnect with him.
All right.
But-
But speaking of falling in love, yes, a bodybuilder who married a sex doll last year claims he is now madly in love with an ashtray that he plans on giving an artificial vagina. Yuri Tolochko, I think I actually pronounced that right, thank God.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Says he has moved on since his devastating split with Margot the doll and is building a new life. That's true.
Aw.
He did cheat on his sex doll with another sex doll.
I would too.
The
If I
36
found the other one more attractive.
The 36-year-old from Kazakhstan made international headlines after tying the knot with a doll at a ceremony attended by dozens of guests in November of 2020. Wow. Can you imagine? Is there a certain person in your life you think that you would actually go to a fake wedding for?
I don't
Dozens
know.
of- dozens.
I might do it just for the entertainment.
This would be entertaining. I can't imagine it wouldn't be. But the couple,
I,
yeah,
mm,
but the couple have called it a day, and Yuri has a smoking new love interest. Jesus Christ! For bodybuilders, he has a lot
clearly,
of hair. I'm just saying, most bodybuilders actually are pretty clean shaven.
this is Central Asian bodybuilder.
Yeah. The Kazakh muscle man was recently captivated by the ashtray in a club and now hopes to equip it so that they can get closely acquainted.
Can I see a picture of the ashtray?
I
I
want
want
to
to know how.
I want to see it too. He posted on Instagram. At first, I just arranged a photo shoot with it. Of course. But then it began to attract me. Wait. Under what circumstance do you actually have a photo shoot with an ashtray? Smoking?
Are ashtrays somehow related to feet? Is it?
Feet is a peculiar fetish, but it's actually the most common. Almost so that like,
really
oh yeah, like something like I think I read
outside
somewhere.
of the normal body parts to be attracted
Yeah,
to?
I don't think. Well, I mean, you can have an ass preference and a breast preference, and then when does the level preference become a fetish? Is the thing. That's the question. But like, in terms of body parts on women, I think feet is up there like the fourth most attractive for men.
Right outside of
Breast,
butt,
ass,
boobs,
thighs.
face.
Yeah. Ooh, face. That's a good one.
That's universal. That's men and women.
That's universal. But no, but I'm only saying that like the whole foot fetish thing is actually way more common than people believe. Quentin,
Is it more common for men or for women?
I don't think
'Cause I
women.
don't hear of women having a foot fetish.
I don't know many women who have fetishes to begin with. It always seems like a man thing, isn't it? Like, how do you think women like have? Women have fantasies. They usually
True.
like role playing, but is it this? Is it? Could it be called a fetish?
Would being like a size queen be like a fetish thing?
A size what now?
A size queen?
Size queen. What the hell's a size queen? I don't want to know.
Like big dicks?
Oh my god. Well, that's not really. Once again, because like, would you call an ass preference a fetish? It's pretty common.
Yeah, very common.
Okay, but
That.
then like, do you think that like big dicks is a common like preference for women?
Hmm. I guess, I mean, would you be embarrassed to tell someone that?
Ooh, that's a good standard.
Like,
But that
I
might
don't
also have
think-
to do with society and its prejudice.
Yeah. I don't know if I've met any foot fetish people, to be honest.
How would you know?
Well, I feel like they'd be comfortable telling me if it was a fetish
What?
or if it wasn't a fetish.
What conversation have you had with people that makes you think that they could open up to you about that?
I guess we haven't really tried to ask too many people their fetishes.
That's not like a common question that comes up. Like, even in long-term
Hey,
friendships.
stranger.
You and I have known each other for about 10, 12 years or whatever it's been. Have you or I ever asked the other what their fetish was?
And no.
No, we haven't because it's not a conversation that's normal.
Usually it's a conversation between men and women.
Hopefully, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
usually in a relationship and probably well
Or
down.
you're attracted other end.
Okay, yeah, sure. But like, that's usually well into the relationship too. I don't think that's like the second date conversation.
Unless it's a big fetish.
You should not bring up a fetish to your partner until you're really comfortable with them.
Okay. But before marriage.
That's a good question. Like, you should have to disclose like something of your kinks to your partner, right? Because you don't want to surprise them later in life. Because what's the idea about sexual oppression? It comes out eventually,
Mhm.
and it's what's the phrase like masturbation ends in humiliation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Heard
sooner or
that,
later
yeah.
you get caught. I know you've been caught, so shut the fuck.
Oh, yeah. It's not fun.
It's not fun at all. It's not. No, it wouldn't be. You know Louis C.K. the comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you know how he got caught with the Me Too, right?
Yeah, he brought up his fetish too soon.
Yep. He brought up his thing. And did you watch his most recent comedy special?
The one before the one that I downloaded like a year ago.
It might have been a year ago. Yeah, I think it was. It was
The
definitely
one I
in
shared
2020.
with you, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know how
I
he
think he
brings
has
it
a
up.
more recent one,
Does
or
he?
he's at least been touring again.
Oh, that's good. I like him. But you saw the one I saw and how he brings it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he brought up, do you know how lucky you all are that no one in the world knows your thing? Everyone knows my thing now. That would be very humiliating.
Yeah. It would be. That's why people don't bring it up.
Right. But
But he was dumb
this
enough
guy's
too.
but this guy's very open with it. He's like, listen to these pictures. Say he was intrigued by its brutal scent and the touch of metal. You gotta hand it to this guy. He's at least very, very open about what turns him on.
Brutal scent and touch of metal.
Yeah. Okay.
Still no picture of it. Can we
No,
go to
no,
his
no.
Instagram
Well-
to see it?
Well, we might. He posted on Instagram. At first, I just arranged a photo. Yeah, I read that part. I wanted to touch it again, smell it. I love its brutal scent. The touch of metal on my skin. It's really brutal. Is brutal the word you would use for any sort of sexual encounter other than like maybe like a rape fantasy? Brutal.
BDSM could be considered brutal. In
Do you think
aspects.
do you think he has a BDSM relationship with an ashtray?
Maybe.
Never thought I'd say that.
Do you think he smokes?
Well, the only thing that makes sense to me is that the only thing that could possibly make sense from this story is that he had to do. He was like modeling for a cigarette or something, and he had an ashtray next to him. I don't know why else, but no, he
said
stole
he was
from
at the club though.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right. Well, maybe it continues. I also like that it has a story, that it's not new, that it has served many people and continues to serve them. He likes a filthy girl, huh? Yuri identifies as pansexual, which means he's attracted to pans, and can fall in love with a character, an image, a soul, just a person. Oh, Jesus.
Okay. It seems like he likes the texture and smell of things quite a bit.
Do you know any pansexuals?
I think Lucy identifies as a pansexual.
Right. So, is Lucy attracted to anything beyond human?
I've never asked her.
Well, that's a good question to come up because you could bring up this story. You say Yuri, the Kazakh bodybuilder who is
Hey, we have an ongoing segment.
This guy keeps coming up for a reason. I would gladly love to. I mean, this is the culmination of our success and fame. Let's say that you and I actually get big enough where we're bringing on really famous people to interview, right?
Yeah.
This guy would let me know when I really make it.
He has to speak. That's
If
what
we
he-
ever get, this is the marker of like our success. Like, let's say we get big enough, 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, and we get the chance to interview him. It's no
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
there's no fucking award that will make me feel more accomplished than my chance at getting to interview this guy,
Yuri
Yuri.
to talk about his bodybuilding.
Of course. What else is there to talk about?
I actually saw my
What's
first
your
porn
fitness
where
routine?
this guy was in a relationship with a sex doll has a threesome with another woman.
This guy has a what now? Say that again.
The scenario was he was in a relationship with a sex doll,
Mm-hmm.
and then he brings in another woman.
But no, it was another sex
Real
doll.
woman.
No, I think it was a sex doll.
Was it a
I-
three-way?
I'm pretty sure that that this guy, the reason why we read the second article, the first article was obviously that he got married to a sex doll. The second article was that he cheated on his sex doll with a sex doll that was similar to her, which he regarded as the sex doll's sister. Pretty sure.
No, I was just bringing up a porn I saw recently.
Jesus Christ. Casually mentioning your porn interests.
I thought it was interesting. Oh, wow. Is this what it's going to be like now?
The funny part is like someone saying to any porn they watch, "Oh wow, that's really interesting." It's going to be like you give way more thought to porn than I think most people would. Oh wow, that's
Probably.
no. You watch it critically. You
Is
actually
there any other way? There is many other ways.
you're like Siskel and Ebert. You actually want to review them. 2 thumbs up. Up where?
One penis halfway up. That would be how I would measure it. How erect am I?
Maybe that's our ticket to success. Like, let's move on. Okay, I like the touch.
One showed.
Yeah, I have a special passion for objects. They have always been alive for me. So objects are people, but people are objects, I'm assuming. This is
Okay.
certainly not the same as a person. These are completely different feelings. This is akin to how a violinist can love his violin, which is It's not in the least bit the same as
No.
loving your violin for a violinist. I don't think that they have sexual thoughts about their violin.
No, you can feel attached to like your car, but doesn't mean you want to fuck it.
Right. I don't stick my dick up a tailpipe for good reason.
Maybe it's like a platonic love.
No,
But
he said he wanted to give the ashtray a vagina.
That's true. That's true.
It's not a platonic love. He's attracted to this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh,
Maybe
wow.
it's some mixed up where platonic and sexual love are.
But if Yuri wants to take future steps with the ashtray, he may need to get some legal advice. What the fuck? 'Cause,
Really?
I am really curious to see where this goes now. According to local media reports, his union with Margot officially stands. And in Kazakhstan, the only requirements for a wedding to take are that both consenting parties have to be male and female and over 18.
Would he have to give her half his money?
But wait, no, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. In Kazakhstan, the only requirement for a wedding is that both are consenting parties and they have to be male and female and over 18. The sex doll
Yeah.
doesn't have a gender. And the sex doll
It's
certainly
made to
is
replicate a gender.
the sex doll is certainly not 18 years old. It's probably manufactured last year. What-
They have very loose interpretations of male and female in Kazakhstan.
Maybe they'll loosen it up because this is like fucking like fascist, if you ask me. You telling me I can't marry an ashtray?
Yeah. What the hell?
Fucking,
And it says they're only in a union.
fucking fascists. Oh God. A clue to their split could have been the months before they tied the knot. Yuri decided to book Margot for plastic surgery. What the hell?
We had plastic surgery means for a different meaning.
Have you ever gave your sex doll plastic surgery?
Put some bolt-ons on. Decided she needed bigger boobs.
Oh my God. Speaking before the wedding, he said that she has changed a lot. At first, it was hard to accept, but I got used to it later on. It was at a real clinic with real doctors. When I presented her photo to the world, there was a lot of criticism, and she began to develop a complex. So we decided to have surgery.
Oh my God.
That's a whole new level, though. I mean, like, giving plastic surgery to your sex doll. Most people just buy a new sex doll. I feel.
Maybe, I mean, it might be really expensive. Maybe plastic surgery is cheaper than buying a new sex doll.
He's really attached to this. I got to read the comment section. Sorry. Absolutely crackers. The thought of what he does with each object that attracts him makes me feel sick. Yuck. Oh, you fucking just... You're such a fucking prude. Be so judgmental. I just couldn't pass up this story, so now they are a thruple. This dude is hilarious. Now off to read the comments.
Spelled thruple wrong.
I don't care.
More like thruple.
There's probably no ban on smoking in nightclubs in Kazakhstan, or he took the ashtray from a smoking area outside. That's a weird... That's what this guy basically took away from the story, is that like there's no smoking bans in clubs. Like in America, we have smoking bans inside bars.
Wow.
Like,
you can do that
apparently
in
Kazakhstan, you
Really?
can smoke as much as you want inside the club. That's what he took away. Oh, jeez.
Where would he put the vagina on the ashtray?
The center?
Would it like go through it like like that, or would it be like underneath like that?
I really don't want to picture it, so I'm gonna just like leave it up to you to actually answer that question.
Okay. Wherever he wants to, apparently.
Yeah. Any final thoughts about our friend Yuri before we move on?
Does he let other people still use the ashtray once he modifies it?
No, I hope not, because then you're sticking your dick in hot ashes.
It's not gonna have that same smell though, right?
Ooh, that's a good point. He's attracted to the smell, the brutal
Yeah.
smell, the brutal smell.
Well, what's gonna happen when no one uses it anymore?
I don't know. Maybe he's got to take out smoking. He's got to keep that physique somehow. Those abs. I don't know. Jesus.